Welcome to the project demonstration of digital twin technology for vehicle health monitoring and predictive maintenance. So the main application of this project is we are going to get the different parameters which are related to the automobile vehicles, and those parameters continuously logged into the summary reports. As well as for twin technology, we need to provide the proper reports along with the date and time, at which speed the system getting power, as well as the fuel levels also. These are the correlated informations, and that will be stored in a log file, and that is the main input to our digital twin technology, so that we can get to know the in practical, instead of running a vehicle to get the exact parameters, means how much of speed the current was taken and how much of fuel was consumed and oil levels. So these are in practically, instead of checking that, just we are running this vehicle for 1 hour or half an hour and we'll get a report. By providing that report to the digital twin technology software, there we are going to get the information of direct full lifetime vehicle information based on these parameters, so that we can run the twin software cloning behavior of this same vehicle here. So for that, mainly we are using the sensors like ultrasonic sensors for getting the fuel level as well as oil level indication, and we are using the sensor parameters like BMP 180. So this one is a BMP 180, which will provide us the altitude as well as the pressure. So the altitude purpose is, so the sea level from the height, currently the vehicle is running on the ground, so the ground level from the sea level is getting from this BMP 180. At that, how much of pressure was there, and due to that pressure, how the speed was varies, how the power consumption and fuel controlled. So this is the correlated information with sensor fusion, and also the power consumption from the battery while running AC and other electrical parameters inside a vehicle, getting from this INA 219, so which is a bidirectional current and voltage sensor, this one. And other sensors, like we are using the speed sensor, so to get the vehicle speed along with the each and every sensor related parameters, like how the speed was varies based on the fuel levels and pressure. So for that, we are using the IR sensor to get the speed to this one. And next is the humidity and temperature inside the vehicle parameters we are getting. And next is the vibrations while the vehicle is driving, so number of vibrations from the engine, so that will be getting from this vibration sensor. So these are the main parameters which we are getting from these sensors. As we discussed, INA 219 for the current and voltage measuring, DST 11 for the humidity and temperature, and the BMP 180 for pressure and altitude, vibrations for the engine vibrations, and fuel level as well as oil level from this SR04 ultrasonic sensors. And the next speed sensor we are using. All these are interfaced to the Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus we are using, and the same details live monitoring will be displayed on the 20/4 LCD we have interfaced. And the next, joystick to control the vehicle. So we are using this joystick for controlling of this vehicle while to get the speed and all the details. And when the abnormality detected, the system will provide us the audible alert through the buzzer, and the vehicle movement will be controlled through this L298 motor driver. So these are the main inputs, sensors, output connections, and controlling processing unit is for the, we are using Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus here, and the system getting from this lithium ion battery pack, so which is of 12 volts 6 amps of current getting from this battery pack. And for the vehicle movement, we are using the 100 rpm 4 DC motors, so each DC motor of 12 volts 100 rpm, so two right side and two left side, these two are in parallel. So this for the vehicle movement while we are driving that with the input from the joystick. So these are all about the hardware part. And coming to the main output in our project, so web pages, the same details will be displayed on our 24/4 LCD also while demonstration of the project. So meanwhile, the main parameters we are getting from this is, so how much of health parameters and the duration session till how much we have running that, means for this duration summary reports. And the next, robo direction, and how many falls in that, how many are critical and how many are anomaly and warnings. And the next, estimated range, so for further how much of kilometers we can run, the range percentage. And the next is the sensors values. So as we discussed here, speed in meters per second, vibrations per second, how many vibrations are occurring here. So here we limit the vibrations are like if it is below 80, so below 50 is normal, 50 to 80 is a warning status, and the next is above 80, it's the critical status. So that is a vibration related. Temperature is below 45 degrees is normal, above 45 is critical, and above 80 degrees is the above 45 is the warning, and above 85 is the critical. Same humidity 60, below 60 and above 40 percentage is going to be the normal warning status, and above 60 percentage is the warning critical status. So battery voltage is till 9 volts it is normal, and below 9 volts it is a warning status, and below 6 volts it's going to be the warning status. Current also above 2 amps to 3 amps is a warning status, and above 3 amps is going to be the critical status. And the pressure and altitude is directly getting from the environmental parameters and the fuel. So you can see the fuel indications. And the next, this is the live parameters. Now next is the digital twinning. So here this is the battery life. So you will directly showing the prediction values. How much of we are going to predict the battery life is 100% and engine percentage, and these are all. So these are all getting values while we running the vehicle. So if we run the vehicle for 30 to 1 hour, then these values will be affected if those related parameters are be affected. So it means the voltage reduced or drastically dropping that. There we are going to predict these values directly. And the next is the anomaly detection Z score. So here the Z score nothing but shows the how far sensor reading deviates from its original historical average values. So if it is above 2 it's unusual, above 3 is a directly anomalies is detected. So for that current parameters, speed, temperature, vibrations and voltage levels. So these are Z scores. The Z score meaning is for it will take the reference from the historical average values. So this is about the digital twinning values. And the next, faults. So if it is previously while demonstration we got these values, critical, warning as well as critical. For that how many warnings are there we can see on home page itself, how many faults, and the summary report. So if we run this one around half an hour, so we'll get the summary reports about the health behavior of this vehicle, and also here also we can get the estimation and the predictions here. So we can download this and we can refresh that, we can erase the old data, and after that the final is the logs. So this is the main data which is useful for our digital twin technologies. So this we are getting from this view log to see the live data and download that, as well as we can clear that. So these are the software parts, all the predictions and all the data. Same data continuously monitoring on the 20/4 LCD display, so which was interfaced to our Raspberry Pi. Let us check with demonstration. So before demonstration, the very first step is keep the battery under charging. For that we are going to provide you this transformer with charging circuits, and connect this gently. This one is a B to the B slot here only. Okay, so after make the connections, now on the power supply to this transformer, so which will take 230 volts AC inputs and provide us the 12 volts of AC output. We require 12 volts of DC. So for that we are using this regulated power supply board, so which will take 12 volts of AC from this transformer and provide us the 12 volts of DC output. So that is the charging voltage to our lithium-ion battery pack. So we should keep the battery under charging at least of 3 to 4 hours, and after that automatically if the battery is filled before that, then automatically this circuit will block the current flow to the battery to protect that from overcharging. And we need to charge it whether we used it or not used it. Once in 2 weeks we should keep the battery under charging for the respected duration. So before demonstration, this is the very first step, and the next step is we need to on the hotspot in your phone. So because as we required our data access through the Wi-Fi, we need to on the hotspots. For that, go to hotspot settings of your phone, configure the hotspot name to project 7846 without any space, without any capital letter, and password should be 123456789, and AP band should be 2.4 gigahertz. Set that. So after we setting the hotspot on, and once it will be switch on the kit, it will be connected to our hotspot, and we need to get the IP address of that device. So for that we need to install this network analyzer application, so which is directly available in the Play Store. So these are the 3 main steps: keep the battery under charging, and install this network analyzer application and on the hotspots with the described parameters. Right, now after all these settings are done, and this is the main on off switch, so we provide here and on that. So it will take around 20 to 30 seconds duration to boot in into the operating system. So this is the main memory card. You can see this, the black color chip which was inserted here to the Raspberry Pi, that consists of that memory is like 32 GB Ultra SD card, which consists of the operating system of Raspbian OS. We will install the Raspbian OS, insert the memory card initially, and then after insert that to the Raspberry Pi, and the OS will be loaded, and from this HDMI card we can see the operating system directly. Right, you can see the buzzer will be on and off 2 times, and welcome message we have seen that. So once we get the HDMI like OS in the HDMI screen, there we are going to get the operating system and we can write the instructions in our Raspberry Pi. So the instructions are nothing but get the reading from the sensors, process that, display that, upload the data to the web page along with the prediction values. For the predictions, we have installed the machine learning algorithm for the scikit-learn. So that is a machine learning Python package we required for running the machine learning for the prediction of these values. And here we are using the linear regression algorithm for implementing of the predictions based on the existing parameters and vehicle behavior along with this vehicle speed and all the details. So coming to the LCD, so let us check with the LCD parts. So the speed and VB nothing but vibrations and temperature and oil level, right, oil level and where voltage and next fuel level and humidity. I is the current, and here is a twin optimal. Everything is normal, that's why it's optimal. And next, if is any faults occurring, the last screen will show you that everything is okay. And here is the pressure and altitude. So these are the first screen values, and second screen is a twin optimal engine percentage and system percentage and battery, fuel, anomaly score if is any detected over there. So everything is 2.1 is everything is normal here, and a false critical warning. So these about the LCD parameters. In the 3 screens we are getting these parameters continuously. And coming to the web page access, so after we see everything here, now go to hotspot settings of your phone, and there we can see the one device will be connected in your mobile phone. You can see that Raspberry Pi. So when we see this, now go to network analyzer application, options, LAN scan, do the scan. So we get the 2 IP address. One is your mobile phone and there is the kit. Just click on this, copy this. Now go to Google Chrome and here paste that, and at the end of this one type colon, not the semicolon, IP address colon 5000. That is the port number. Just access that, open. Now we can see this 100% is the health score of this vehicle, and we have run this for 28 minutes, and vehicle status, stop, false, all is displaying here now. So here you can see, we can see the oil level also. Now let us check with making oil level decreasing here. Right, so now let us, for demonstration we kept this one, and so when it is decreasing we can get the information slowly decreasing here also. You can see that the first one is going to be the fuel one here, the front side it is decreasing over here. We can get to the warnings, and same for the oil also. The back side one is the oil. Slowly is decreasing. When it is below threshold value, then again we'll get the audible alert from the buzzer also. Right. Okay, right. Okay, and just in order to fill that again, so just we are filling that. So for demonstration we are using the water, but in real time directly it will get the like non-contact based, non-invasive method, we are going to get the levels over here. This for the backward one is the oil levels, and this one is the fuel indication here. And again it is back to the normal, so we can see over here. So this is about the directly manually controlling of, for demonstration, about the fuel and oil levels. The next, vehicle direction along with the speed. So this joystick, so should hold this one, so like this, forward and back. When you release that, automatically it will be stops. So while moving, so we can see the speed here. So we just kept it over here for easy demonstration about the speed monitoring. So as of now the speed is 0 meters per second. So just we are increasing that. Then we can see the light blinking on the IR sensor, which will count the RPM of this wheel, and based on that it will display the speed over here. You can see that. And next is, we can see the voltage levels also. While we controlling, we can observe the changes in voltage levels and the current. So here previously no load, means the vehicle off status, the current is 0.04 amps, and when we are running that, we can see the current is increasing. Right, at the starting it will take the high current and off. Same values will displaying on LCD display also here, and the vibrations we are getting here. This is the vibration sensor. So check with the vibration part. Just we are, as of now, previously while vehicle running also we used to get the vibrations, and you can see now. See, right, when the vehicle is running, we can see the vibrations also will be controlled here. So this is about the first page, and the next is the tab is a digital twin, as we have discussed already. So when we are running this, when the battery voltage was reduced, or these are the current engine performance was getting from this fuel levels and oil levels, so these will be affected, and also here the jet scores will be getting changed. This is directly from the prediction values using the machine learning. And the faults, so live faults, as of now no fault. Previously we have seen the fuel and oil level faults. And the next is the summary report. So directly we are going to get the summary here. We can see that the summary got generated, the time here, and the session updating, how much of the vehicle got run, and overall health is 100%, and the twin status optimal, and these are the remaining other parameters which are getting the predictions here. And the next, if you want to get this one, so we can see here the total faults and how many have occurred and recommendations. So this is the like getting the values from the our suggestions. And the next is the recommendations also. It will provide that about the abnormalities. If it's an anomaly detected or warning criticals, then it will provide as the recommendations in the summary report only. We can see that all the system operating normally, no action required. So this is also suggestions from the ML algorithm in the predictions. So this is about this one, and we can download the report also, right? Download that, and it will be downloaded, and we can access the data in Excel sheet, the CSV report, right? Open that. Yeah, so these are reports directly about our vehicle performance, how much of time we have run this vehicle. So after we took this backup of this one, we can refresh that also. And the next, logs. So this is the main input for our digital twin software, which we're getting from our vehicle only. In real time, most of the vehicles consist of live data transmission, and there is no recorded data along with the date and time, means at which time and at which altitude the vehicle performance. So these are won't be getting like automatically. So in our project we added that feature to provide that particular data for anomaly with high like accuracy. So we can see the view log. So this is the total data which I have stored here. Okay, and same we can download the data. Open. So this is the total data which was the main input to our system. So along with the date and time, at which time the fuel percentage, everything will be recorded in this one. So after that we can clear this also. Right, so we can clear this channel, clear this data also, right? So these are the main parameters from the log, summary, faults, digital twin, score, along with the sensors data lively, right? And the vehicle direction we can control in left, right, forward. Let us see that. And we can see this. So this is the handling, forward. So when we release that, it will be automatically stops. and backward, and right side here, right. Okay, so it's the right side rotation of the vehicle and left side rotation.